Hello everyone. It's been a while, hasn't it? I know, I'm really sorry that I've not been active on my channel for so long, as I've had a lot of things going on since then, and I have been struggling to find the time to sit down and record videos for you all. I was meant to start doing this last year, back in 2024, but because a lot of things were going on and struggling to find the time, it was a difficult time, and in the end I just never managed to record any videos, and it was just a really tough time for me to kind of find the time to do this for you all. But here we are back in 2025, and there have been a lot of changes since then, and the most obvious one is we are in a new house which we've been living in since March last year, because we decided to move because it was a small house and we just decided that we need something bigger. And this house is probably a lot bigger compared to our old one. We've got more space to move around in, and everything's just not a tight squeeze. So we are really happy to be in this lovely new home, and yeah, we have all settled in very well now. So we really enjoyed living here at the moment. So for this video, I wanted to talk and share with you all something exciting that I did for Autism Acceptance Month this year. And this is something that I have been doing since January, planning wise, and I came across Walk 5K this April for Autism Acceptance Month by the National Autistic Society. Basically what you do is you sign yourself up for your Walk 5K this April, and you will get given a t-shirt and a fundraising page. And what you can do is you can edit your fundraising page to how you like it. So you'll have like a massive story section where you can introduce who you are and why you're walking 5K this April. And you can also talk about your own experience as an autistic person. But later on in this video, I will get round to talking about what I put in for my fundraising page. And back in January, this all took like a lot of planning, a lot of sorting out, like location wise, who I'm going to be doing this with, when I'm going to be doing this, and mainly wanted to try and find like a day where the weather was absolutely amazing. So literally no rain, no thunder, literally just a nice sunny day, especially for when you're doing a walk. You've got to definitely plan it at the right time for a nice hot day, which is what we did. And once I signed myself up for the Walk 5K this April, this is where I would literally kind of get really creative, kind of like look into other people's fundraising pages on the Walk 5K, and this will kind of give me like an idea of what to write, how much to set a target for, who I'm going to be walking it with. And this all was all new to me, because I've never done a fundraising page before. I've never done my own fundraising to myself, so this was all new to me. And this was kind of like, it's also like a great experience to kind of get to know like fundraising as a whole, because in case you ever do this again, you just kind of have that experience and all that knowledge to kind of figure out, oh yeah, I've done this before. I know what to put, I know what to kind of add into a story, I know where to kind of share this with all my friends. It's all that easy knowledge at the end of the day when you do this again. And this was kind of, it was a new beginning for me, because last year was kind of like a really terrible year for me. I kind of wanted to kind of make this year kind of more exciting by doing something really exciting and positive. So I'm doing this Walk 5K this April was definitely a really, really exciting journey, and just when the actual day came, I was just really, really happy, just kind of walking, catching up with both my friends. And we also did like a massive vlog as well. We got like a good couple, we all got like photos and videos. And I want to thank my friend Lisa, who's been busy creating an amazing vlog with all like the photos and videos we took along the way, which I will be sharing this in the video probably towards the end. So over the months, I would literally be busy most days, kind of drafting up my story on my notebook, kind of maybe changing things around. And I would basically add in things like introducing who I am, how old I am, why I'm walking 5k this April for the National Autistic Society, and kind of just like give a little insight of my own experience as an autistic person. And at one point I had a bit of like a nightmare at one point during like writing this out, because I was really struggling to kind of figure out what I'm going to write, how don't make it too like a bit too, not too personal, but just like trying to put into things that people could understand in a way. And yeah, it was causing a lot of problems for me, and I just, at some point I took like a couple of days break away from it, just so I can like rethink this a bit, and then just kind of like talk about how I'm gonna do this, when I'm gonna do this, and just kind of like create this out and just draft up a little like sentence or two on why I'm doing it. And this will kind of just like, and then all of it just kind of pieced together like that in the end. And it made things a lot more easier, because like what I did in the end was I kind of looked on other people's fundraising pages to kind of give me an idea of what to put, and one of them really stood out for me in the end. And you kind of pick it up as you kind of read through other people's fundraising pages, and you sort of get an idea of what to put in the end, and it will literally make things so much more easier, rather than just trying to kind of like work it all out for yourself, because you just need that little kind of push to kind of work out what you want to say and how you're going to say it and how you get the word out to everyone else about it. And this kind of, and like planning this took about, I'll say roughly about 2 months, maybe a little less than that, because for me, because I've not done like written stuff for like probably like a good while, it was kind of, it felt like a bit new to me, because I've not done it for so long. It's like that feeling when you've not done something for so long, it's kind of all new to you and you just don't know how to get it all in. And it was a massive struggle for me to kind of like work out how to do this. But I think using like other people's fundraising pages as a little help was definitely a nice kind of push, and it's just a bit of positivity for me to try and like work out what I'm going to say. But I was really happy in the end with like how, you know, planning this all out, because it just kind of gives you something to kind of do throughout your time when you're like got some free time to yourself, and you just kind of want just like write down what you want to put, and even like when you're out and about, it will come to you like what you want to say. So yeah, that roughly took about 2 months, maybe less than that. But once I got all that sorted, I then moved on to working out who I want to do the walk with. And I asked one of my friends who I haven't seen for 3 years, because we haven't, it was someone who I worked with back at my old job, and because we haven't seen each other for about 3 years, she was the first person I asked to see if she was up for doing this walk with me. And she was definitely up for it, and that was a good start for it. And me and her met up, and I looked with it, and I just discussed everything with her about the walk 5K, talking about like my fundraising and when I'm thinking about doing it. And I thought, I'm going to do this in April, as it's Autism Acceptance Month in April, and I think doing this in April was definitely a good idea. And we literally all just discussed about if anyone else would do it with us, and there was someone in my current workplace she was definitely up for doing it as well, and her name's Laura, and yeah, she was definitely up for doing it as well. And so it was literally the three of us that were going to do this together. And now that I found some friends to do it with me, this kind of made things more and more easier, and this was all piecing all together. And I would then change like the title of my fundraising page just to mention me, Lisa and Laura, saying that we're going to be walking 5K this April for Autism Acceptance Month. And I kind of did this next little change by, instead of walking 5K, I was kind of up for challenging myself, and I decided that I was going to do 20K. Because the reason why I decided to do 20K was because I'm sometimes always up for a challenge. I like to kind of challenge myself a little bit, and I think 20K will be a really good number to kind of spend a nice long walk around. Like we need like a nice good field area, or a nice like maybe beach area or something. But location wise, we managed to find somewhere which was really nice and open, had nice open fields. A lot of you may have visited this place called Blenheim Palace. If you're from like Oxfordshire ways, you'll definitely know that place. Lisa knew this little backway entrance that leads you through like all sorts of like fields, and it's kind of like a massive like back entrance to Blenheim Palace, which you will like come up through like the back gardens and the playground area. And we will literally do a massive whole loop around Blenheim Palace, where we would do two laps of, and this was definitely a good idea for doing a 20K walk. And I would found this app on my phone, which you can like plan a route through, on a massive map where you can plan out your route, and it will kind of tell you like the kilometers that you'll be doing that walk in. And the highest I would normally get was about like 9 kilometers, and I would always like kind of like change up a little bit of the route and see if I can make it any more higher. But I think the easiest way I could have done it was probably doing 2 loops of Blenheim Palace. So Lisa came up with that amazing idea of doing 2 loops of that route, and I would always update Lisa and Laura about everything I would do for my fundraising page, whether that would be like changing the title, kind of adding them in, like telling them that I'm going to be doing the walk with them, or kind of talking about my story overall as an autist, as talking about my experience of autism, or why I'm doing the walk. Because I think with this, you've got like it's the main thing is communication. If you're doing it with your friends, your family, or like work colleagues, and communication is definitely a key thing when you're like doing this with everyone. And I'd always keep up to date with them no matter what, with any changes, if I ever wanted to do the walk on a different date. Always got to have that communication as key. So once we So literally once my fundraising page was sorted, once we found a location to do and like the route that would be taken, the next part was mainly trying to find a date of when we were going to be doing this walk. And as I mentioned before, I wanted to do it in April, and it had to be a day where all three of us were available, where no work was going to be in the way of it. And the best date we found was the 27th of April. And that worked out for all of us, and the weather was absolutely lovely that day. It was so nice and sunny. It was just nice and warm. No coats were needed. Yeah, so that was the date we chose. And once we got that date, once literally everything was sorted, it was then the next part was literally announcing this to everyone, sharing this with everyone at work, on socials, and it's literally, this was the time we would get the word out, because I set myself a target of £500 target wise for donations, and I would literally share this on my socials and at work, and that, so on my Snapchat, my Instagram, Facebook, those were the three main things I shared it on. And I also printed out my donations page, and I literally shared this at work, so any of my work colleagues could literally donate as well. So this was a really helpful thing for me to get the ball rolling and get everyone to kind of donate and help reach my target of £500. And I literally got like a lot of messages saying from friends and family saying, well done, congratulations, you're going to smash it. Some literally nice support from my friends and family, and which I am really grateful for. And I just want to say just a quick thank you to everyone who has donated and helped spread the word out. It really means a lot to me. I am going to announce what my final target was coming towards the end of this video. So yeah, so after we got literally all that shared out to everyone, and everyone will be busy like donating and sharing this all over to their friends and family. As it got closer to the date, I would literally do some like last minute planning, last minute organising. So that would be like, make sure I got a lot of food for the day, a lot of water to kind of keep my energy going and not get dehydrated, and kind of just organise a time for pickup and what time we're meeting. And this was all organised like the week before, so literally about plenty of days before the walk. So we all met up at 11 o'clock that day, and the walk took us a good couple of hours. And after the first loop around Blenheim Palace, we all sat down and had a nice break of lunch. All got ourselves, just keep our energy levels up, keep our hydration levels up. And while we were sat down, we just took the time just taking the nice scenery, because we literally sat on a nice bench. We had like a nice river and just a nice like look of like little hills and just like trees and everything, and it was just so lovely. Also had the nice sun beaming on us as well. And this was a good opportunity to get like photos and videos for the vlog that my friend Lisa was being really creative and preparing all for us. She brought a tripod with her, which even made things a lot better. So she would literally record angles of us walking down like hills and like kind of like walking up to the camera. And she literally did an amazing job with that. So Lisa, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for literally all the photos and videos you have taken throughout that walk. You've done absolutely amazing. And after that, we literally started the second loop of the walk, and throughout that time we were literally starting to feel like a little bit of pains and aching, like because I literally was carrying my backpack along me. I think it was like my shoulders were literally starting to kind of feel a bit painful at the time, and walking in, and especially in my feet as well, when I've been walking in my trainers for so long, because I've not done like walking for like a good couple of hours for such a long time. And especially when I'm doing a lot of walking in work, it kind of feels a bit I should like be used to that as well. So no, it was such a really good day, and throughout that time we literally all just took in like just a lot of scenery, a lot of photos. And something I forgot to mention, while we were sat down having our little lunch break, we had a little bit of like guests join us, ducks. We had a nice little duck at the who kind of like wanted to join in on our food, probably just wanted the food. Maybe try and cheer us on the walk as well. But yeah, but while we were starting our second loop, we all catched up with each other. I was telling us how all of us are going, and I just can't just say how amazing that day was, how nice it was just to kind of do this walk and just kind of catch up, all of us to catch up with each other. And I just feel like all of this that I was doing since the start of January, like ever since I've signed myself up, was just for this amazing walk, was just a massive enjoyment, like just doing all of the planning, the organising, the build up to the day of the walk. Everything just felt always something to look forward to, and it's not just. And I think whenever you go to like a concert, or like you're gonna meet up with your friends and family, or you've always got something to look forward to. It always kind of like it helps you through your days. It helps you through like busy times. And it's always just something to kind of keep in mind, that you've always got something there to kind of help you through the days, no matter what. And it's always something to look forward to, no matter what. And doing this overall was such an amazing time. And literally when I got home that day, I was tired, I was aching, I was literally so hot, I was burnt, like on my neck area. I think I had a massive tan on my face, on my arms, literally everything. But all of this was definitely, worth it in the end. And literally the first couple of things I did when I got home was I definitely like a nice shower was needed, because it was so hot and I was literally sweating like after I came back home. And another thing I needed to do was to just lie down and just relax and just reward myself with something nice. Because once you do something like that, or like a marathon, or doing a nice walk, a nice long walk, you need to reward yourself with something nice at the end of the day. And doing this was definitely something I needed overall. And literally getting the message out to everyone with doing this walk was something I was so happy about. And it's like ever since that came to an end, everything just felt normal again. It's just like, oh, what do I do? What happens next? But after the walk, what happened next was, once you raise a certain amount, which I will get to that bit coming towards the end of the video, you get some rewards from the National Autistic Society when you reach a certain amount of of your target for your fundraising page. And I've got these rewards just sat right here, which I'm going to share with you now. You get a couple of rewards from the National Autistic Society for taking part in this walk, and the things that I got were, which I will share with you all now, which are a beanie with the National Autistic Society logo on the front. You get a medal, which is right there, and then you get like this walk 5k this April with 3 stars at the bottom. A nice pin badge. I'll just bring that a bit closer there. There you go. And you get a nice certificate saying a huge well done, and I haven't really filled it in yet. Me being a bit silly. But yeah, it says just kind of tells you about like how much you've raised, and just by taking part in walk 5k this April, and it's just a little bit of information at the back there. But yeah, I was really grateful for all those rewards, and what I did next was I couldn't leave out Laura and Lisa on GIS, because like they definitely deserve some rewards as well, because they were also a big part of my walk and my journey throughout this. So I also sorted out some rewards for them, and they are both really happy with what they got. So I couldn't leave them out, because like they definitely deserve something as well. You can't, because they are a big part of the walk that I did, and just, they definitely deserve something at the end of the day. And no matter what it was, they definitely deserve some nice rewards. And I am just really overall just really happy with just how everything turned out. And I know I've been saying that a lot, but it's just, I think so far this year, that's probably been the best part of this year, was doing this walk overall. And I am just so happy with just how everything turned out, and with how everyone has just helped me raise my target of, which I will go to mention now. So the target I raised in the end, because I managed to get a couple more donations after my walk, and the target I've raised overall was £295, which I just want to say to you all, thank you all so much for all the input and donations you have given to me throughout my time of raising and just help and doing this walk. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I just cannot thank you enough. So thank you all so much for helping me raise my target. Even though I didn't reach £500, at least £295 is definitely a really good number. So thank you all so much for everything that everyone has done, and for all the input you have given. Lisa and Laura, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for being a massive part of this walk and doing this walk with me. You two have been absolutely amazing in helping me with all this. Thank you so much. I will share my donations, my donations page at the end of this video, just so you guys know what I put on my story and on my story wise. And I will also share the mini vlog, which Lisa has almost finished. She's still currently in the works with the vlog, but once that has been created and shown, I will literally make probably a separate video of that actually at some point, and to share that with you all, to show you what that amazing day was, how brilliant that day was. So I think that now brings this to the end of this video. thank you all so much for watching this video, and it's so nice to be back on making videos for you all. And I know I've probably brought up the same thing a good couple of times in the video, or I've kind of worded things, but I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and thank you all again for helping me raise my help reach my target of £500. Even though I didn't reach the target, £295, still a very good number. And just thank you all so much. If you really liked this video, hit a like on this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button for future videos. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And as always, thank you all very much for watching, and see you on the next video. Peace.